My husband Daniel and I have been together for 7 years. We've been through everything, moving to different states, changing jobs, dealing with family drama, buying our first home, and navigating all of life's ups and downs through it all. I believe. We had a rock-solid relationship. We prided ourselves on our openness. No secrets, no games, just two people who trusted each other, completely. We could talk about anything. And if something felt off, we addressed it. Head on, that was our foundation, and I never questioned it. Our marriage was conventional in many ways, but we had always been open-minded about intimacy. We discussed fantasies, entertained the occasional role-playing scenario, and always respected each other's boundaries. It was exciting, but it never felt risky. It was just us exploring together, always in control. Or so I thought a few months. Everything changed one evening. We were having dinner, talking about work life and our upcoming vacation. It was an ordinary night until it wasn't out of nowhere. Daniel said he had been thinking about our intimacy and wanted to try something different. Then he dropped the bombshell. He wanted me to sleep with another man. At first, I thought he was joking. We had talked about fantasies before, but this wasn't hypothetical. This was real. He spoke about it so calmly, as if he had already mapped it all out in his head. He told me he thought it could reignite something between us, bring us closer, and even empower me in ways I hadn't considered. I felt like I had been punched in the stomach. A million questions flooded my mind. Why was he suggesting this? Was he no longer attracted to me? Did he want an excuse to step out? Himself? Was there something he wasn't telling me? But I didn't ask. Instead of immediately shutting it down, I told him I'd think about it. Maybe it was because I didn't want to seem judgmental. Maybe I was afraid that rejecting the idea would make him pull away. Or maybe deep down, I was curious. After weeks of internal debate, I agreed. Wes set clear boundaries, no emotions involved, complete honesty, and I could stop at any time if I felt uncomfortable. Daniel reassured me that this was something we would navigate together. I wanted to believe that. Daniel took the search seriously and eventually found someone. Let's call him Marcus. He made sure Marcus was respectful, trustworthy, and understood the importance of communication and consent. When I met Marcus, I felt something I wasn't prepared for. He had a magnetic energy, charismatic, confident, effortless in the way he carried himself. I told myself I was just nervous, that this was all part of the experience, but that nervousness turned into something else. At first it was awkward, like stepping into unknown territory. But Marcus was patient, never crossing any line. Slowly, that tension faded, and something new took its place. I found myself thinking about him. When I shouldn't have been, I started looking forward to our meetings. And the worst part, Daniel was encouraging it. He kept telling me how happy he was, that I was enjoying myself, how great. It was that I was embracing this new side of me, but something about the way he said it felt off. His voice was light, but his eyes weren't. Then the shift happened. Daniel started pulling away. His laughter didn't come as easily. The way he touched me felt different. Less like a lover, more like a stranger playing a role. He stopped initiating conversations like he used to, and when I brought up my feelings, he brushed them off with vague reassurances. I should have pressed him. I should have asked the hard questions, but I didn't, because deep down, I already knew the answers. And that's when the full weight of my mistake hits me. I wasn't emotionally connected to my husband anymore. Instead, I was falling for Marcus. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. This was supposed to be controlled an experience with clear lines that we wouldn't cross. But emotions don't follow rules. Worse, Marcus was developing feelings for me too. The way he looked at me, the way he spoke to me, it wasn't just physical anymore. I felt something pull me toward him. Now I'm stuck in a nightmare of my own making. Daniel and I barely talk. Our once unbreakable trust is now fragile like glass with too many cracks to hold together. I feel like I've betrayed him in the worst way possible, but at the same time I can't deny what I feel for Marcus. The guilt is suffocating, the confusion is unbearable. I don't know how to fix this. Do I tell Daniel the full truth? Can our marriage survive this? Or have I destroyed everything? Beyond repair, Reddit. I need help. What do I do?